IVM.
Also wait for like a Myntra sale to buy stuff.
Of course.
Man.
Of course.
Oh man, yeah, absolutely. Please go.
क्या पैसे हमारे
Yeah.
Exactly.
यार सैलरी आते
पेड़
ही
पे नहीं उगते।
फर्स्ट 2 days
Of course तो ऐसे बोल रही हूँ कोई अगर जानता हुआ बोलेगा ना तो मुझे मारेगा। I say things very correct myself.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah, this is twice already on this
अपना
episode.
honesty
yeah.
तो है थोड़ी बहुत।
बहुत.
तो मतलब he was here and I for 5 seconds or 30 seconds I'm like I couldn't
Blank.
understand
Just
anything
blank. Yeah.
because I'm
Can't
like
imagine,
I was just like
yeah.
and I'm not that person.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
don't get like that.
Starstruck.
I've
Yeah,
seen
yeah.
no, it was not
It's not
starstruck. He's just such a hot
Yeah.
guy.
Yeah, he's
He's
Hrithik
hot.
Roshan.
I thought he was
Antariksh, he's Hrithik Roshan.
Yeah.
He's just very hot.
One thing, if you
कोई बोलने वाला मिल गया तो सब कुछ पूछ लो।
हाँ, I mean, yes, you said
बोलो।
you want to answer difficult
क्या जा
questions.
रहा है तो पूछो ना।
You did want to answer difficult
खुशी
questions.
से इंटरव्यू से पूछना है।
Yeah. I mean,
देखो, you have a choice.
Yeah.
Either answer this
अब
or
सब इतना गंदी तरह से एडिट होगा।
no, not at all. We'll make it look
अगर
great.
बुरी
Don't
तरह
worry.
एडिट हुआ तो देखना।
No,
I
don't
will
worry.
call you
Don't worry.
guys personally.
Always. Always.
See, you have a choice. Either answer this or tell us how was it working like with Salman Khan.
Yeah, that's great. That's great. That's great. That's great.
I love you सलमान सर। मैं पहले से ही बोल रही हूँ। अगर इन लोगों ने कुछ भी ऊपर नीचे किया, मैंने तो ये लाइन बोली थी। I love you सलमान सर।
Oh, great. Hello and welcome to another awesome episode of Pop Rap. I'm Antariksh Thakkar, joined by Snayhil and Antariksh. And joining us in the studio today is an extremely talented, amazing actor, Anupriya Goenka. Man, every time, you know, every
Don't tell
time.
me you were doing this as
every
as
time.
a comic thing.
No,
again.
No, I wasn't.
That was
I
very
actually
natural.
forgot.
You
I
actually
actually
forgot.
forgot.
He's
Yeah, yeah.
so bad with
I'm
names,
so bad,
Anup.
yeah.
He's so bad.
This is
But let's
literally
keep
the
this.
fourth
Yeah,
episode.
keep this.
This is
The
literally
fourth
the
episode.
fourth episode that he's done this.
Yeah. Oh
So
man.
recently,
Always, it's like you start and then
I'm,
suddenly
I'm not
so
supposed to
sorry.
take it personally.
I'm so sorry.
No,
Please don't. Please
Karan-
don't.
My-
I'm very sorry.
My name is not that forgettable.
No,
or
it's
I'm
not.
that
Absolutely not. It's
forgettable.
that's a
My
total
heart
me
is
thing.
broken already.
Not a you thing or at all.
he hosts a show which
I'm
is
sitting
Oh,
called...
man.
right here. He's
So
called
sorry.
me for an interview.
Man, you know,
he's
I
like, with
purposely
that whole
wrote her name so that
tone in
okay,
his
just do not forget to say the name properly.
Wow.
Idiot. What an idiot.
tell you
Now
what
again
I-
I've gone right?
No,
Again,
shut up.
fucking-
I'll tell this incident first.
This talented actor,
Yeah.
Actor Anupriya.
Yeah. I was
But
God.
weren't you happy that you got the first name right? And I know
I-
for a
I'm
second you
so
were very
happy
happy
I
that
got
you
the first name
right. He was almost like exhilarated. Okay.
I think
Now
he
I'm more
hosts-
in my head, you know. After these last few mistakes I've had, I'm just like more doubting everything. Every name that I say, I'm doubting.
He hosts a show which is called Just a Filmy Game Show. So he had two guests on the
Yeah.
show. One was Sahil and one was Karan. Okay, and the entire
No,
episode...
that's not it. Sahil Khattar and Rajit, they
Oh,
were
ah.
two guests, okay? And for some reason, I just kept calling Sahil Karan on the
On
episode.
the episode.
I
for
just kept calling him Karan. And I know in my head, I've never gotten it wrong. I'm a big fan of Sahil's. I've never gotten the name wrong before
पूरे
this. You know?
episode mein. He's like, oh, Karan.
Man,
What was
and
Sahil's
every time I do see,
reaction?
again I'm sweating now. Wapas, again I'm sweating now. Ridiculous. I hate myself for
The
this.
other
I'm
day.
so sorry. Okay, let's start again.
No.
Are we going?
I'm-
Yeah,
Okay.
of
I'm
course.
sure you must have taken cases in your comic space of
Yeah,
people
Yeah.
in the audiences.
I have.
This is karma
This
coming
is-
back.
this is karma, yes.
Yeah.
This is crowd work getting back, coming back to bite me in the ass. Anupriya Goenka, thank you so much for joining us.
अब पूरे
Uh,
episode में
I
you
finally got
have
it
to
right.
full name, huh?
Yes, I can do it right.
Yeah.
Thank you.
No, I'm feeling exhilarated
Yeah.
that you
I'm
got my
so
name
sorry.
right.
Again,
this
see,
must mean
I'm
something. I must
super
have arrived.
embarrassed.
अभी तो you've
Alright.
arrived.
अभी
क्या?
अभी
हाँ.
just like जुम्मा एक
Yeah,
second पहले.
War Asur
Man.
Sacred Games Ashram nahi. Antariksh got my name right.
Yes.
Yay.
Yes, you made it. Yes. Again, hi Anupriya.
Hi, Antariksh.
I'm just gonna stick to first name. So
You're
yes.
stupid.
यार मैं क्या करूँ मेरी जान के थोड़ा कर रहा हूँ मैं, you know?
Okay.
Okay.
Continue.
Yeah. All right. Anupriya.
हाँ जी.
Asur, the second season has just launched.
Okay.
Yeah, getting
You
into
were overthinking
serious-
the name of the series,
Yeah.
no?
It has dropped, yes.
Asur, right? Asur just dropped on JioCinema second season.
Uh-huh.
What's been your journey like with Asur?
Also, why did it take you guys 3 years?
3
यार,
years
I've
to
been
get back.
craving for the second season. एक
Yeah.
तो आपने पहला सीजन छोड़ दिया अच्छे खासे क्लिफ हैंगर पे. फिर उसके बाद 3 साल तक छोड़ दिया
फर्स्ट
कि
सीजन में सबसे अच्छा क्या लगा आपको?
आप
Wow, that was
आंसर
great.
रेडी था
That was
मेरे
great.
पास
Very well, very well.
आंसर रेडी था मेरे
What
पास
a
Amazing.
liar!
Great.
What a born liar! My God, that I knew that you'd give me that answer, but before I could even
Wow.
feel witty about asking such a question, the answer was like,
Yeah,
"I'm
he was
a
ready with
born
it.
liar.
Yeah,
Who are you
yeah.
dealing
No,
with?"
no, I actually I have a thing for mythological shows.
Mm.
I am big into mythology.
Oh.
So I have grown up with my nanu telling me like all mythological tales. So I was very happy when like something like Asur came out.
Hmm.
So I binged it and I watched it and I'm like,
Yeah.
cliffhanger. Okay, five months,
Damn it.
6 months, 7 months, 3 years.
3
Damn it,
years.
3 years.
I know.
Do you end up having to text your director or the producers of the show saying, "Okay, guys,
Yaar,
कब तक हो रहा है
you know,
यार?"
honestly, I never do that.
No? Okay.
Like, I'm somebody who's very chill about such things, and
Okay.
I'm also a very lost person. You know,
Okay.
if like literally, I'm very similar to you. Maybe not as bad,
Thank you.
but I'm very similar. I can admit to this that if I meet people out of context,
Yeah.
Mhm.
anywhere out, and people
Okay.
I've worked with, been with, I tend to just forget. Like, I would not remember their names. They would have to tell me. I would remember experiences. Like, but I would not like. That's why I'm so bad at
Mm.
Yeah.
recounting things that
Fair.
happened on set. I would
Yeah,
probably
yeah.
remember one-off experiences. I would remember the visual, but I would not really remember details or anything.
That happens,
So,
yeah.
so yeah, I'm the last person to really keep a hold on the edit. Keep asking my producers or directors what's happening, what's the
Okay.
response like. I just go in my own zone.
Okay.
But Asur was kind of the game changer there because
Really?
3 years, like even we were
Yeah.
wondering कि बस 1 साल हो गया, 2 साल हो
हाँ.
गया, 2.5 साल हो गया. अब मैं last
हाँ.
2-3 months से मैंने भी पूछना चालू कर दिया था कि what are you
Got
guys doing?
Did it like did it ever did you ever think कि शायद होएगा ही नहीं कि 3
नहीं
साल हो
नहीं
गए?
नहीं ऐसा
But
नहीं
you were
because
like you
they
were sure
put
it
in
was
a
a hit.
lot of effort.
Yeah, yeah.
They were constantly working at it
Yeah,
also.
yeah,
It
okay,
wasn't. I don't think that there was ever a day wasted because
Hmm.
up until very recently they were working on the edits on the post production. And the beautiful thing about Oni and Gaurav Shukla and Bhavesh and all the producers is,
Yeah.
and Gaurav is also the writer.
Yeah,
Gaurav,
yeah.
Bhavesh, and everybody have co-written this. So they really do care a lot and they don't cut corners. So
Okay.
they look
Thank
at
God.
every detail, and that's how a show like Asur gets made
Yeah.
in the first place. When
Yeah,
you
you can
really put in
retell.
that work, I think
Attention to
where
detail, for
most
sure.
of our good stuff suffers today
Yeah.
is that they rush into the pre-prod,
Yeah.
they rush into the post.
Hmm.
And the shoots are obviously rushed at times because of the budget. So even if you have a great concept at hand, even if a great team in terms of actors and everybody
Yeah, yeah.
collaborating in terms of minds, the rushness kind of gets out, you know.
Fair,
and they
yeah.
were trying to, because it's such a hectic series. Once you
Yeah.
read it, like even while reading, we would
Yeah.
know that, my God, like I'm very thorough with my scripts,
Hmm.
and especially thrillers and something that I enjoy reading. I would keep reading it over and over again, and I have an OCD that once drafts keeps changing.
Yeah, absolutely.
So
Mhm.
once one draft will come, and then the second and the third, I will keep going back to the first draft. And
Oh.
like
Yeah.
so there'll be certain episodes that will be imprinted in my mind at that time. Obviously later I'll
Mhm.
forget.
Got it.
So I will have to start with episode 1,
Hmm.
even if like I'm doing
Oh.
5th or 6th episode
yeah.
today. The
Got
scene
it.
is coming from there, and we are shooting after a huge gap, and I must have been doing something else. I have this problem that
Yeah.
I will start with episode 1 again.
Oh.
Yeah, to
And
get
again
there
go
again.
bit.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'm shooting 5th episode or 8th episode scene, and I'm still reading the third,
Third
and I'm telling
episode.
myself, you're mad. I can't stop myself. So
Wow.
in that whole process, I've done it so many times that
That's
I just
amazing.
know
Yeah.
other people's stuff
So
also.
you believe in rereading again. again.
Call it OCD, call it whatever.
Okay.
I
Yeah.
need to know from the start.
From the
Like I
start,
can't
yeah.
because and inadvertently in our
Hmm.
space things get delayed,
Yeah,
things
sure.
get changed,
Hmm.
and there is a break between you doing one thing and obviously not shooting linear.
Yeah.
So you're just picking up things according to sets, and many times if I was a lawyer, if I like I'm a techie in this, if this is the setup,
Hmm.
we might be doing different scenes from different episodes
Yeah.
on the same day while I'm sitting
Huh,
here. So
huh,
everything around me will look the same.
Yeah, correct.
The situation might be the same, the people might be the same, but
Hmm.
the scenes might be placed in different timelines.
Okay, got it.
And a lot of different,
True.
a lot of intense stuff must have happened right before the scene.
Yeah,
Which on that day when you have so much going on, you can't
You
just,
can't,
you
yeah.
don't have the time to go back.
fair.
So so that gets to me, like how I don't know, but I'll be like, iske pehle ye hua tha. And the ADs and all, everybody will also be a little lost because they do have so much going on, right?
Correct.
So I'll be like, nahi, iske pehle ye hua tha, iske pehle aisa hua tha, yahan
wow.
tak ye ho chuka hai, ye aisa ho chuka hai. But Asur is tough because so much is happening. So while reading it also, you get a little lost.
Yeah.
And you have to be at it. So for audiences to follow whatever is being said through various tracks, it has to be very, very thorough on edit. And they took a lot of time because not just the shoot part of it, but while editing, I believe they realized that certain things can get confusing and they had to rehash it a lot of times, I believe. But they so best part is that I know that the team is so good that I never ever felt
like
that
doubt.
can get botched up. I was always like, Acha, Gaurav and Oni and Bhavna and Charu and all of them are going to make sure that this is
great.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Also, like that is how you make like an 8.4 IMDb rating series in India. It's not like
That's
Yay.
true. That's
कि
very true.
मतलब ऐसे ही हर कोई
No,
नहीं हो रहा
thanks
है.
to the team, all thanks to the
Yeah.
team. They really care. You can see the love on everyone's faces who's part of Asur. Like how they have put in their heart and soul in it. You just like how somebody raises a baby.
Yeah.
They give that feeling.
Absolutely. Like the painstaking attention to detail for sure.
Yeah.
I was very happy जब JioCinema ने अपने वो 100 announce करे and उसमें मुझे ऐसा अरशद वारसी का ऐसा I was like yes Asur is here like yes.
That's great.
But coming to Anupriya's favorite question, how was it working with Arshad Varsi?
I'm totally judging you, not because of Arshad, I love him. But I mean, okay, so context. They were asking me, like, are you getting bored of promotions? I was like, no, I've been asked very good questions of late. And I was like, no pressure. And I said that
one type of question.
Irritating question that every other journalist keeps asking is, how did you feel when you were acting with such and such person? I'm like, what kind of a question is that? But
I call that asking at gunpoint.
How novel he had it.
Yeah, this is asking at gunpoint because what are you gonna say? Right?
What
can you say?
It's been done to death.
Of course. Yeah.
But
then,
but I love Arshad and I love working with him, and he is
top notch. Absolutely.
Of
yeah,
course,
everybody
yes.
knows it actually.
What was the first narration like when you first were approached to
For
be on
Asur?
Asur? Yeah.
First season.
Do you remember this?
I do. So I had auditioned for it.
Okay.
Tanveer, the producer of the first season, is a very good friend, and I think Mukesh Chabra's office called me for an audition. And generally, whatever Mukesh does, you just know that it's valid, it's good.
Yeah.
You should give it a shot.
Yeah.
So before anything else, I mean, I knew a little bit about the storyline, about what it is about. Arshad is someone I always have admired as an artist. I remember saying yes to a couple of ads only because Arshad was there in those ads, and those ads did not work out. So I was always, like, generally I was choosy about ads too sometimes. But I remember saying yes to a couple of ads that I might not have been so kicked about just because it had Arshad in them.
Fair.
So when this came, I obviously wanted to test for it and leave the other things to later. And then it worked, and I was called by Oni, and I was playing a mother's character, which I was not too keen on because I felt that I have a still smaller part. It's still a very male-oriented series, and I felt I wasn't doing enough. And plus, I felt that I'm only crying. I'm like, what am I doing? Like, okay, fine. The series is great. The concept is great. You're saying some very interesting things. Great actors. But I'm only crying. What am I doing as a person? And they assured me that no, she does become an integral part of the investigation later. And that second season will have her in a watch. So they had that sort of a thought process.
Yeah.
Wow.
And when I met Oni, I kind of really loved his vibe.
Okay.
I don't remember the first narration of sorts. I think Oni must have given me a fair idea of everything.
The
that was
plot
happening
and stuff,
in the
basically.
series.
Yeah.
But it was mainly because of the people involved. Tanveer, Oni, Arshad, the other actors. Gaurav I got to know later, and now I respect his work very, very much. So anything that Gaurav is doing, I know will have a certain amount of quality in it because his sensibilities as a writer and as his producer is such. So yeah. So,
you said you were choosing your ads and your scripts very carefully.
But I mean by saying is कि अगर कभी montages वगैरह आते थे ना, like कि जहाँ I don't have a character again.
Yeah.
I'm
Got
just there in the background.
I've done that. I've
So
done one
वो
of those.
मुझे करने में हरदम
Yeah.
issue होता था
Got it.
कि मुझे लगता था मैं कर क्या रही हूँ, and I wouldn't want to waste, and there was a practical reason behind it too, that I wouldn't want to waste a category because of
Absolutely.
just being there in the background
Yeah.
somewhere ना. Ads
Yeah.
में वो भी तो problem है that
Exactly.
Yeah.
till you are not the star,
star.
you don't. You
Correct.
have to be very cautious about what you're picking up because you would not get to do that category again. So
True.
that.
How does that change when you are approach for web series or a film? How do you choose scripts there? How do you decide this is something I'm interested in?
Again, very instinctive.
Very instinctive.
In I think for most of us, you would hear people say that it's an instinctive decision.
Sure.
It's primarily about the script, about the character that you're playing. If it interests you, it excites you. If it fits into the kind of stuff that you want to be doing.
Yeah.
First of all, sometimes it's also a very practical decision. Sometimes, but for me, mostly it's always been very instinctive. Sometimes it's the director that you want to work for,
Sure.
or work
Yeah.
with, or the actor,
Absolutely, yeah.
or that there's this, or sometimes like for me, there have been times where nothing else is really working, but the character just makes me wonder whether I'll be able to do it, and
Oh.
scares
That's
me.
what, yeah.
And then
Okay.
I feel like I remember there was something for which I was approached. Loved the director, loved the project. Everything about it was great. It was an ensemble, but they approached me for a character which I auditioned for. And then after reading the script, I was like,
Okay,
I
got it.
was not to
Hmm.
this, and I very politely had to decline. And then they approached me for a character which had no dialogues. And
Okay.
had
Oh.
to just walk around the place from time to time.
All right.
And it was of a prostitute with no dialogues at all. And when the casting, they told the casting director that ask Anupriya to do it, and if she'd be interested. He said, "Are you mad? Like, she just declined this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why would you even offer something which has no dialogue?" I said yes to that because
okay,
I was
because-
like, because I in my head like without knowing, without dialogues, without anything, would I be able to act like a prostitute or just
Yeah.
It's interesting. Wow.
say? And it
Nice.
was
Yeah.
it gave me that feeling of not knowing, not being
Hmm,
sure.
hmm,
Got it.
hmm,
It didn't work out for me,
Okay.
as
fair.
funny as life is.
Okay.
Huh.
But yeah, I was interested. So there are different reasons why you want to do a
Have
project.
have you ever like just said yes to the project for the money? You're like, okay,
No.
good money, yes to
No,
the project.
that I haven't. I've said yes to a project for the actor or the director.
Yeah, or
not
not
for
for
the
the money. Like I ऐसा होता है ना कि आप कई इंटरव्यूज में कई बातचीत में बोलते हो कि हाँ कुछ प्रोजेक्ट्स मैं सोल के लिए करता हूँ, कुछ प्रोजेक्ट्स में
मैं अभी
Yeah.
तक खाली मनी के लिए कर नहीं पाई हूँ. मतलब उसमें कुछ और पक्का
हाँ.
होना चाहिए.
हम्म
In fact, money is what I've used certain times when I wouldn't want to do something, and
हाँ हाँ
I've
हाँ.
used
Oh,
money as
yeah,
a means
that
to it,
way.
which is also not very nice because people start thinking that मैंने सोचा ये टेक्निक अच्छी नहीं है. फिर मैंने बाद में सीखा कि ना ना.
But do you want to backtrack?
Yeah.
थोड़ा
a little
सा?
bit, for sure.
Yes,
But
yes.
Talk about. Can we go to Sacred Games, please?
Okay.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
You were on Sacred Games.
Hmm.
How did that come about? Like
You
that like how did you
audition.
get involved? Just again auditions only?
Mukesh Chabra audition.
Oh, Mukesh Chabra. Wow.
So
yeah.
the
Nice.
interesting thing is that I had auditioned for again a very interesting character. I think I had auditioned for another character and for Megha's character that was
Mhm.
Saif's wife,
Yeah, yeah.
and the other character was I think Surveen's character, and that
Oh.
had a very interesting scene and very interesting body
Mhm.
language. I still remember a bit of the audition that had great time.
Yeah.
Mukesh had some great team members,
Yeah.
Wow.
who take audition very interesting.
Yeah, yeah,
correct,
really
yeah,
मजा
yeah,
आता था
yeah,
जाके
yeah,
देने में कि हाँ यार ये मजा
Correct.
आएगा आज
Yeah.
एक्टिंग होगी थोड़ी.
Yeah.
And हाँ मतलब acting
This
करने में
I've
मिलता था
heard
ना.
about
But I've heard,
Mukesh
yeah,
Chabra that
yeah.
his casting process is very fun.
Like
compared
he
to-
had very dedicated people
Oh yeah.
who would really care and मजे से सीन करेंगे और अगर
nice.
सीन अच्छे में लिखे आते हैं तो मजा आता
मजा
ही है.
आता है करने में.
तो वो and but this Megha one worked out I believe, and I was shooting for Tigers in the that time when the call came, and so I did not get to read the script or do anything. I
Alright.
just knew it was Anurag because I was shooting for something else. There was no
Sure.
time, and
Yeah.
they kind of gave me a disclaimer. There was supposed to be some intimate scenes between me and Saif, or rather one intimate scene which they were very clear about, which did shoot, but it got deleted from the first season. So I shot for the first season as well, but all my scenes from that got deleted
Oh.
for some reason. Most of them, I mean
Okay.
all of them, and then the second season happened. So yeah, but Saif is a sweetheart. Like
Yeah.
I would like to answer that.
Nice.
That he.
How's
What's
it
it like
working
working with Saif Ali Khan?
with
answered.
Saif Ali Khan?
So he is the most, I think, one of the most like Nawabi,
Yeah.
very elegant,
Hmm.
very well versed, and like very very intelligent human beings who's
Hmm,
so down to earth.
Wow.
वही लगता है अच्छा royalty इसको ही कहते हैं.
हाँ हाँ
Like
हाँ.
वो इतना down to earth and very cute person he is. And
Hmm.
I remember when we were doing these intimate scenes,
जी.
So मैंने धीरे से जाके विक्रम को कुछ बोला था कि मैं ऐसा है मैं थोड़ा यहाँ ऐसे ही से listen don't worry look at him he's more conscious than you are. I said yeah, and then every scene like literally no actor does this. Like after there is an intimate moment, no actor would come and ask you after each take, are you okay? Are you okay? I'm sorry, are you okay?
Wow.
After a while, it was me asking him, are you
Are
okay?
you okay? Are
He
you-
was like,
मेरा
"Are
तो
you
ठीक है.
fine?"
Are you okay?
after a while, he looked at me, you're good. I said, yeah, are you okay? It was literally that.
You had worked with Neeraj sir before
Yeah.
that also. I think you had done his workshop or something.
He was my first theater trainer. Is that the word? I mean, someone who taught me. And I think he is one reason I started to act.
Yes.
Because I was in the corporate space that time, and out of the blue, I did his workshop,
Oh yeah.
and he made us fall in love with acting.
That's a good
and
teacher.
The idea of being an actor.
That's a great teacher.
Like
yeah.
I remember I used to travel in trains to my job,
Okay.
and he would be like, notice everything, notice a dog, notice how
Yeah.
a woman waves her hand, notice the flowers, notice this. And I had started to notice things around me, and I was just happy. Like those 10 days, I was just happy.
Yeah.
And I kind of wanted that feeling to.
Oh, okay.
Less did I know what I was getting into. I wanted that feeling
Yeah.
to go on in life. And
I
he's
I
such a
I
beautiful
also
soul.
remember like the first thing that he tells is ki observe.
Hmm.
Just observe. Like only good observation makes a good actor. Is like because I remember like one thing that हम लोग आराम नगर में थे जैसे हर
Yeah, yeah.
मतलब of
Every actor.
course.
Every
Yeah.
auditioning actor.
ब्लू टोकाई पे सस्ता कॉफी एंड लैपटॉप एंड कोई काम दे दो बेसिकली दैट. तो वी वर सिटिंग एंड ही टेल्स अस कि कॉफी मांगने का तरीका भी हर किसी का अलग होगा,
हाँ.
कॉफी लेने का तरीका भी हर किसी का अलग होगा, सिप करने का भी अलग होगा. तो just observe, you will find your characters in people. That is how
Yeah.
you tell stories. कोई स्टोरी तुम मनगढ़ंत नहीं बनाते, वो तुम्हारे एक्सपीरियंसेस ही होते हैं जिनको तुम जोड़ के एक और कहानी बनाते हो. So that was I was मेरे को याद आ गया वो. Nice.
Have you ever had to encounter like fake auditions? Like there are plenty of actors who talk about fake auditions
Yeah,
and
मुझे
stuff.
पहले नहीं पता था.
अच्छा हाँ.
In fact, recently I encountered one.
Really?
That was funny.
Oh.
Not through unknown casting directors and all of that.
Okay.
It was through someone I know very very well,
Really?
and someone else.
Like were they aware that they were getting you into this fake audition?
I think they needed to prove to me that they were doing something or working.
Oh no.
And
way.
so I mean I don't know. I don't know whether there is
Okay.
any truth to it, but someone again trusted told me that this is what is happening. They're actually doing this. They are actually calling people up and telling them that, and just so to prove that there is
Yeah,
stuff
there's something happening.
Stuff happening.
I'm
There's
doing-
a buzz.
doing
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
that was but yeah, before that I hadn't really come across that. I wouldn't know.
Okay, wow. But was it only till the audition process or did it actually, because I've heard stories where ऑडिशन करवा लेते हैं,
हाँ.
ऑडिशन के बाद पैसे ले लेंगे आपसे
हाँ.
कि वी ओनली गिव रोल्स टू पीपल हु विल इन्वेस्ट इन द प्रोजेक्ट.
हाँ, this
Like one of
happened with
those.
me also.
But
then
then-
that is very obvious, na?
No, correct.
मतलब
But
ये
like
तो,
some actors are very new and they still fall for it, because they don't know.
shouldn't. I mean,
I know
see
you're
that
right, but some people-
nobody ever taught me also.
True.
Right.
Fair.
There is certain things that you just have, and I suppose it's about being naive. It's about being not just naive. It's about being desperate.
For
And
sure.
somewhere you also don't have ideas then, na?
Hmm.
If you're ready to pay to get
You're right.
through a project,
Yeah.
either your desperation or your respect for self is also questionable. Right.
That's very true. Yeah.
So
No.
I think
there
that-
is a way of looking at things. It's
Yeah.
about, if you have an ideal, you probably wouldn't want to go there unless you've really tried hard. I can understand if you've worked for like 7 years,
Hmm.
5 years, 6
Hmm.
years, and you're
Hmm.
just waiting for that opportunity, and then you've done it all, and you feel कि चलो ये भी करके देख
ये भी
लेते हैं.
करके देख लेते हैं.
Or-
तब तक आप ऑलरेडी सीख चुके हो काफी
जी,
चीजें.
बिल्कुल,
I'm
बिल्कुल.
assuming कि अगर आपने
Of
5
course.
साल
Yeah.
काम
You've
कर लिया
tried,
है,
yeah, correct.
आपको ऑलरेडी काफी कुछ समझ में
Yeah.
आ गया है टू मेक चॉइसेस.
Correct.
उसके पहले अगर आप डेस्परेट चॉइसेस कर रहे हो, when you
Hmm.
knew
बिल्कुल, correct.
knew in the word,
And
Yeah.
that's kind of on you.
that's
Yeah.
on you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This happened with me in the 3rd month of me auditioning. I was auditioning like every day, 7 to 8 auditions every day.
Spending your time at Char Bangla and
Bag में 3 outfits,
Yeah.
trimmer और shoes, chappal, kurta, sab. And I'm going from place to place. And then this one person after 3 months calls me. She's like a known casting director. Huh?
Oh, wow.
She's like, okay, so we saw your clip and there's this new TV serial coming up. It's about like five brothers. One, like the big one is the lead, and then we need like 4 second leads. You are shortlisted for one of those, but there's this one thing. And I'm like, what's that one thing? He's like, you'll have to pay
yeah.
3.5 lakhs.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
You have to pay 3.5 lakhs. But the good part is that your pay will be like 20k for a shoot for like a day's shoot, 20 to 30k for a day's shoot,
तो वो तो आपको offer
and
बन
and
जाएगा.
you will recover like all the money
Yeah.
that you've spent abhi
Yeah.
in like a couple of months.
I've heard versions of this.
Yeah.
Like
So this is like a crowdfunding sort of a
Exactly.
thing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
that's
she's
what they
like
say.
कि start जो top 5 हैं उसमें से दो, the first one is the known face, and बाकी के जो 4 भाई हम लोग लेने वाले हैं उसमें like you pitch in this much money.
So see, there is a way to do this too.
Ji.
Now, obviously, I've got those mails, those used to come in mails. And sometimes they're
Oh.
trusted sources too, where they used to say that,
Yeah.
listen, I'm trying to make this project.
Absolutely.
I'm looking for crowdfunding. Would you be wanting to invest? Like,
No,
to
no,
be
no,
an
no.
actor, would you want to invest
But-
in it so that we
Oh.
make something together?
This is
Yeah.
not a crowdfunding TV
No, but I'm
serial.
saying that
Acha,
this
हाँ,
is
हाँ, हाँ.
similar.
Yeah.
Now.
Yeah, yeah,
Like,
yeah.
if you want to see that maybe the effort was genuine, they really did not have money. They're ready to come up with new people, and they have a great concept at hand, and they're looking for
Yeah.
people. The same thing can be put in a different way.
Ha.
That
True.
here's a role for you. We are going to put this together. Let's make this together. Now, whether you're willing to do this and take that chance or not is separate.
Yeah.
But this sounds very shady.
Yeah, it
where-
is definitely shady.
This
So
was
it's-
very
yeah,
shady.
It's
Yeah.
doing the same thing in different
Yeah.
Yeah.
ways.
Lenses,
I
yes.
have always stayed away from the previous one also because I've always felt that no, I don't have the bandwidth. Like maybe
Okay.
if tomorrow I want to be a producer, I want to.
Then
like,
it's fine.
Then
Then makes
it's a
sense.
different thing.
Yeah.
Just quick thing. I've also heard one story where they took money from all the prospective actors and they even did like one schedule of the shoot.
Oh.
Okay, and then they were like, हाँ अभी दूसरा schedule होएगा 2 महीने के बाद तो तब बात करते हैं. And then they never did.
disappeared.
Never
Oh,
they
then they
disappeared with
never
all the
did.
money that they had taken.
Shit.
All the money is left.
That's so sad.
Yeah, I know, very sad.
And there are
Poor
so
things.
many such stories floating.
Yeah.
One of my friends paid 50,000 and he's like, मैं आपका contract लेकर आता हूँ, and
And Gayab.
यार
like he legit took money from like on the front desk. He's like, okay, thanks. He took the money कि मेरा contract अंदर पड़ा है, मैं
हाँ.
लेकर आता हूँ. अंदर गया and apparently he had like a door पीछे से
wow
and
Gayab.
गया
man
वो पूछता रह गया कि ये किसने पीजी रेंट किया था क्या नहीं
Oh,
था.
भाई,
Like
it's never
कि
gonna work.
bro, this was not through a broker, this was
No, but
nothing,
you
it was
know,
just
then that is the thing. I mean, actors also, or anybody for that
Yeah.
matter, it's the same thing as a casting couch also, right?
True.
Like somewhere, it's obviously though both things are very scarring, and that one is much more scarring than the other,
Absolutely, yeah.
and much more demeaning.
yeah.
But I'm saying, you need to have your ideals clear. You need to know where you would want to go till, and what kind of people do you want to work with.
Absolutely,
That's
yeah.
also very important.
Yeah.
And when I started off, sure I got those calls. Sure I got people telling me
Yeah.
that they kind of demean you
Hmm.
in order to and make you feel as if you have lesser, in order to make you
Yeah.
feel that you need to be good to them because you're not worth it. So they will keep saying that get a boob job done. Oh, you're not
Oh.
very social. Oh, you're too prudy and you're too prudent and you're too like pricey and this
Oh,
and that.
yeah.
I'm a very strong personality. I
Yeah.
always was.
Yeah.
It's not that I've become this person now. I started with my father's business. Then I was
Okay.
doing corporate work, and that is
Wow.
when acting happened to me much later. And it was a very conscious choice.
Mhm.
Plus, I never, to be honest, wrong or right, I don't know, but I never took acting as my be all and end all because I needed to survive. I needed to earn
Yeah.
from the word go, and that's how commercial acting started. Otherwise, I would have been very happy doing theater.
Sure. Yeah.
And I was happy doing my corporate job just because I needed to earn regularly, and I realized that I'm not at a place where I can turn around and say, oh, I wish I could have done acting in my life. And I couldn't really invest time and energy in theater and not, do justice to my corporate job as well. I decided to go commercial. And I was always very clear that the day I happen to not be able to get money with dignity, I'll probably have to go back because I had a family to feed.
Fair. Yeah.
But despite of that, I did not ever get carried away. I never ever felt that, oh, I need to say yes to this project only because I need to earn or to survive.
Yeah.
Somewhere I was very clear that this is what I bring to the table. And if not this, then something else. Like
Sure.
this is supposed to be my passion. If this becomes a job for me, or if this becomes a source
Yeah.
of pain for me, then
Correct.
what's the
Then
point?
what's
Nobody's
What's the
putting a gun on my
exactly,
head
exactly.
saying that be an actor
Yeah,
and
that's
go
true.
through this pain
Yes.
and go
yes.
through this misery and demean yourself.
Hmm.
To what end?
Yeah.
It's very true.
To really what end?
You've got
And-
to draw a line here somewhere.
And
Of
no,
course,
you
yeah.
it just comes naturally if you don't. I know it is very difficult, and trust me, at no point does it get easy. I don't think Deepika has it easy. I don't think any Vidya Balan has it easy. Anybody, they might have it better than you do in some senses, but they have their
Yeah.
own struggles.
Absolutely.
And as you keep growing, your struggles keep changing. So
Yeah, absolutely.
it is a difficult line of work. Like I have many people approach me saying that, you shifted from business to corporates and from corporates to acting.
Hmm.
We also want to do that. What would be your advice? And I am at such loss of words
Hmm.
because I don't know like what to say. It is a very painful line to be part of
Absolutely.
if you're not mentally sound, if you don't have your priorities right. I struggle too on good days and
Yeah.
bad days.
Absolutely.
And you feel very blessed.
Yeah.
You feel very blessed to be doing something you enjoy doing and getting paid for it and
Yes.
living your life. You feel very blessed when you have people come and appreciate your work,
Hmm.
and you are blessed, and like you clearly are blessed more than anything else. But having said that, it just is such a path that you've chosen. Whether
Yeah.
I feel like I have been in business and corporates, and that there is a certain amount of consistency and ease.
Do you miss that about the business, being from the business and the corporate side?
Maybe not so much in the business side of things because at least in my experience, my father's business was always sinking since
Okay.
I was a part of it. So
Alright.
there were never easy days around it.
Mhm.
And I had to take tough decisions, and it was very emotionally ringing sort of an decision too,
Sure.
because it's your own business and you're shutting
Absolutely.
it down.
Yeah.
Correct.
So I don't know. I haven't experienced it, so I wouldn't be able to tell. But corporates, yes. I mean, you have great days and bad days, but there is a certain sense of consistency. There is a distinction between job and home.
Yeah.
You
Right.
know, you have
Yeah.
a structure to life.
Yeah.
As an actor, as a freelancer, as an artist of any kind, there is no distinction between your personal life and your professional life. And those who are able to make it,
Hmm. Good for them.
great.
Yeah, big up.
Yeah.
Wow.
What are, if I can just switching gears in the industry, how good are how
meaningful are friendships?
yeah, how meaningful
Yeah.
are friendships? Yeah, that's a good one.
Basically
That's a,
that.
that kind of
It's
put it,
very sad, yeah. I think I don't know about the industry part of it.
Okay, so
difficult question है.
moving on.
मुझे नहीं, I like to answer
Yeah.
this. मेरे को अपने पैर पे कुल्हाड़ी मारने का बड़ा शौक
Good,
है.
good,
Yeah.
great, great.
No,
वो
but
तो
if you
पता
don't
चल ही
address
गया होगा.
difficult things, how will things change?
हाँ,
Yeah.
That
actually
also
मैं
is part of it.
डिफिकल्ट चीज़ों के बारे में बात ही नहीं कर रही हूँ. मेरा खुद का एक्सपीरियंस इतना बड़ा है नहीं, बिकॉज जैसे मैंने कहा, मैं लॉस्ट हूँ
जी.
एज अ पर्सन. मैं जेन्युइनली आई एम अ लॉस्ट पर्सन.
Okay.
तो मेरी फ्रेंडशिप उतनी बनती ही नहीं है. मैं जाके काम
हम्म.
करती हूँ, अपना काम करती हूँ, वापस आ जाती हूँ. आई एम
Okay.
मोस्टली वेरी रिजर्व्ड.
Hmm.
Like जब
हाँ.
तक ये 1-to-1 होती है, I'm great. You meet me within 10 people or 12 people,
Yeah,
I'll
yeah.
be quiet.
I get it.
You wouldn't be able to
Yeah,
tell
yeah,
this
yeah.
is the same Anupriya
Same, yeah.
that you were chit chatting and she was
I
in
get
an
it.
interview. Then you would sit and wonder if she making it up because she was in an interview, she had to talk.
Got it.
I'm great at 1-to-1 conversations.
Hmm.
I mean, that's how I know how to talk. Even my friend circles, they don't meet each other
Yeah.
because I
Yeah.
have like
Different friend
one-on-ones
circles.
with
Okay.
them,
Oh,
and
yeah.
I would meet them once in 3 months or 4 months. Each one of my close friends, I will keep in touch with regularly.
Okay, cool.
And
Right.
one we sit for 8 hours.
Yeah, and
And
you start off from where you left off last time.
now
Exactly,
I am
yeah.
trying to change things about me a lot. I'm trying to be more consistent, be more, meeting them more often, get them together, gets a sort of a group happening.
Yeah.
In fact, I had my birthday day before yesterday or 2 days ago. I don't
Oh,
know.
happy birthday!
And
Belated
thank
happy
you,
birthday.
thank you. You be
Yes.
nice to me.
Yes.
I guess this is my
Gifts,
birthday
guys.
week.
Send gifts.
Gifts,
And we'll
yes.
keep them.
So this is like I got few friends over, and this is the first time I realized that most of my 5-5-year-old friendships, they're meeting in each other for the first time.
Wow. Okay.
And because I always met them separately,
Yeah.
and
Mhm.
everybody said that we don't keep in touch for more than like 4 months or 5 months, and everybody said that they had 8 hours conversations with me. So my some friend who knows, like some one or two of them know that I have. When this is the way I am, they're like, "Haan, see, you do that with everybody."
With
It's like
everyone,
Nice.
yeah.
it's not like we feel
That's
we
good.
haven't had that,
Yeah.
but you are doing it
Yeah.
with everybody.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
it's like
So it's everyone at the party is reaffirming.
This-
You are like
this-
this only. This is you. You are like this only.
yeah.
Yeah,
So मेरे लिए बोलना friendship वाला part when it comes to industry is even more difficult because
Hmm.
I'm so lost in my own space. But lately I've realized that yes, and very recently I've been working for 10 years now. That yeah, there is a certain amount of fakeness that
Yeah.
people carry.
Yeah.
True, and they are not fake we all have very similar emotions. We all want love.
Yeah.
We all
Yeah.
want real friendships. We all want validation. We all want care.
Absolutely. Correct. Yeah.
But somehow it's just that you have this need in the industry to be nice on the face
Yeah.
Ah.
and to scratch each other's back, and then this just creates this feeling of being alone and not sure of some like people would say fake earlier, and I'm like क्यों कहते हैं, मतलब क्या fake है, सब तो
Yeah.
ठीक है.
Yeah.
Why would anybody be fake? But it almost felt like shit, I was not seeing this, and this is the case. People don't say what they feel,
It's true.
and
Yeah.
Why? Like I met this friend very recently. She's working on a project as an AD, and like both of us are from Delhi, and we just like met for a concert, and like drive to the concert was just this कि यार वो दिल्ली वाली दोस्ती नहीं हो पाती मुंबई में, वो दिल्ली वाली दोस्ती नहीं ही हो
हाँ,
पाती.
हाँ.
And you coming from Delhi, I thought that you would relate.
this is true because हाँ, मैं ये जैसे मैं भी ये कहने वाली थी कि
हाँ.
more than also इंडस्ट्री का तो है जो मुझे अब समझ में आया है कि हमारी
हम्म,
इंडस्ट्री में
हम्म.
एक certain amount of fakeness चल रही है. वो
हम्म,
क्यों
हम्म.
चल रही है पता नहीं. Everybody's egos are very sensitive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They don't want to take criticism of any sort,
Yeah.
and especially the newer generation is even more sensitive, I feel.
Hmm.
Oh, really?
I feel so.
Oh, okay.
And not in terms of the entertainment industry. I'm saying generally,
Generally,
okay.
oh.
the,
Us.
the younger
Like,
generation, I feel,
yeah.
are much more
Yeah.
sensitive than
Yeah.
we were when we were 18,
Mhm,
19,
mhm,
20.
mhm.
But so good luck to them. But seriously. But then, it's a city thing too.
Yeah.
Like बॉम्बे में सब इतना हसल कर रहे हैं ना पूरे
Yeah.
समय,
टाइम ही नहीं है
और
पैसे
सब
बनाने
इतना
का.
caught up है
हाँ.
कि किसी के पास टाइम नहीं है. सबको
it's very
मतलब you- and
very true.
what we don't realize is what someone is doing to us, we are doing to someone else.
Yeah.
So I've always said that in Bombay you're never alone,
ease.
but everyone's lonely.
Lonely.
Yeah.
You know. So
Delhi
yeah.
में उतना नहीं है.
हाँ,
Delhi में
I get it.
people still have a sense of luxury even if they're working the same number of hours. There
Yeah.
is still, and I think maybe Delhi also could be because हम लोग जो भी Delhi कर रहा है उसका बचपन दिल्ली में गुजरा होगा.
बचपन दिल्ली में गुजरा
जो
है.
बचपन की friendships होती हैं वो अलग
वो
हैं.
तो अलग है ही.
हाँ,
Correct.
वो
true.
आज आप
Yeah.
after 20-25 वो friendships नहीं बनती हैं
नहीं
work
बनती.
space.
Yeah.
मतलब नहीं
Yeah.
बनती हैं.
Yeah.
Like so
Exactly.
like अभी recently what happened was मेरी नानी के घर के just एक घर छोड़ के there's this new family that moved in, right? And nobody knows that family. वो बस उस गली में नई family आई है. And she just walked out and she just like rang my नानी के घर का bell and
हाँ.
she's like, hi मैं अभी recently यहाँ shift हुई हूँ, आज आ जाओ, आज आप चाय पे आ
How
जाओ,
nice.
या आप ये आज मैं आपके घर चाय पे आ जाती
Yeah.
हूँ, या ये है
How
वो है, like
sweet.
just like get to know each other. this would never happen in Mumbai.
Yeah, that's true.
And I don't even
Yeah.
think we would appreciate it.
Yeah.
और मुंबई के लोग को अगर
Correct.
होगा तो weird लगेगा, like तुझे अपने घर पे भी ना चाहे,
correct,
मेरे घर
correct.
पे क्यों?
Yeah, that's true.
And sadly, you know, even I have been at fault. Like I very proudly say, मुझे तो पता नहीं मेरे पीएफ सामने कौन रहता है.
Yeah.
But एक तो ये admit करती हूँ मैं, और मैं admit भी एक sense of pride के साथ करती हूँ कि we are so.
Okay, I don't want to talk to my neighbors in a way, in a
No,
sense.
it's just that we don't know, we
Yeah,
are
we
not
don't know
nosy.
neighbors.
Yeah.
Correct,
We
correct.
take it as that,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
it's
yeah,
maybe out of, like, now I'm realizing that maybe it's just out of fear of interaction. You know, you just, there is
Very
some
true.
sort of a complex of fear there, rather than
Yeah.
not to accept people and go all out in terms of talking to them.
Yeah.
That's very true.
One thing. So abhi kya hai, recently, like, we do these podcasts and like we have guests and everything. So I like post pictures on my Instagram and stuff. So my friends keep texting me कि यार तू इनसे मिलता है, इनका बताना ये इंटरव्यू में अलग है, पर्सनल लाइफ में कैसे है ये. एक मेरे पास ना 2-3 ऐसी कॉमन सी
Nice.
चीजें हैं जो हम
Yeah.
लोग तो बहुत कॉमनली करते हैं
हाँ.
ना. दिस इज ऑल फॉर यू गाइस. हाँ, शशांक, शाउट आउट टू यू. हाँ, ठीक है. कि आप like you are a celebrity for us, and do you also wait for like a Myntra sale to buy stuff?
Of course. Of
Man.
course.
Oh man, yeah, absolutely. Please go.
क्या पैसे हमारे
Yeah.
Exactly.
यार salary आते
पेड़
ही
पे नहीं उगते.
first 2 days I am so spendthrift the first 2-3 days of salary. It's not
हमारे
even
को तो ये
funny.
भी नहीं पता रहता.
हाँ.
सोचो कि
Correct,
किसको
correct, yeah.
सैलरी कहा जाए.
That's true,
Because
that's
you
true,
should have
yeah,
you have like a
Yeah.
Set routine kind of,
dedicated
yeah,
time
yeah,
period कि अब तो
correct.
आएंगे ही पैसे.
Yeah,
हमें
yeah,
क्या
yeah.
पता कि अभी आ रहे हो कल ना आए तो, या फिर अगे पैसा
That
अटक
is
गया
true.
तो.
That is
Yeah,
true.
yeah,
तो ज्यादा
yeah.
केयरफुल रहना पड़ता है.
Yeah.
कभी like you know कि वो आज से ना ज़ारा की सेल स्टार्ट हो रही है. आज मॉल में 9 बजे मेरे को ये लेना है,
Yes,
वो
yes.
लेना है, ये
Yeah,
लेना
Waiting
है.
huge
outside.
on sales. Yeah, very huge on sales.
You should be.
you
I
should
think
be,
it's
actually.
good money.
It's smart
yeah,
buying.
Smart,
It's smart
yeah,
buying.
Yeah.
वो ज़लातान इब्राहिमोविच ने बोला था, क्या था कि famous, उसको किसी ने बोला कि famous people don't buy furniture at IKEA, and he's like, yeah, famous people don't, but smart people do.
That's true. That's true.
So yeah, also has it ever happened to you कि you're like कि आज ड्राइव करने का मन नहीं कर रहा, चलो आज उबर कर लिया, या you know ऑटो पे नीचे
course.
हम सेम है bro, guys,
Same.
same.
Celebrities,
It's
just like us.
Yeah.
तो एक
Stars.
तो मुझे ड्राइविंग आती नहीं है. I'm a very lousy driver. एंड हाँ, मैं ऑफ कोर्स तो ऐसे बोल रही हूँ, कोई अगर जानता हुआ बोलेगा ना तो मुझे मारेगा. I say things but I correct
Okay,
myself.
okay, okay.
You know?
Yeah, this is twice already on
ना,
this episode.
honesty
yeah,
तो
wow.
है थोड़ी बहुत.
बहुत.
तो मतलब वैसे when I said of course, it was like कि of course we take Uber and we
Yeah,
take Ola
Yeah.
and whatever. But हाँ, like I'm जब इवन मैं स्ट्रगलिंग स्पेस में भी मुझे सबको लगता था कि मैं बहुत ओके हूँ, क्योंकि मेरे पास एक शॉफर और ड्राइवर होता था आफ्टर अ सर्टेन पॉइंट. You know, after a certain
Yeah.
point when I could, because I just don't know how to drive and I'm tech phobic. तो मुझे उबर ओला बुक करते वक्त भी एक sort of palpitation होने लगता है. I'm not kidding. So अब मैं असल में टेकी पे कर रही
But
हूँ.
why I was about to say that कि वाह.
So
Ah.
अब मैं अगर जोमेटो पे भी कभी मुझे ऑर्डर करना पड़ता था तो आई वुड बी लाइक, मुझे जेन्युइनली उसके बारे में 5-6 मिनट से पहले तक, you know, I'll be like
चलो we have to browse.
Correct,
and
correct,
because मैं
correct,
अट्रैक्ट
correct.
करती थी बैड
Yes.
ड्राइवर्स, बैड कार्स.
Oh.
Yeah.
अब मैंने अपने आप को बोलना चालू किया कि नो 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 नो, इट्स ओके.
मुझे तो वैगनर आती है हमेशा.
तो
Oh,
मैंने
okay,
उबर ऑटोज बहुत टाइम तक लिए. And yes, now by God's grace, one doesn't have to so much so. But recently, I did not
fair.
have a driver, and I was doing everything. I was doing Uber, Ola, doing as in.
Oh god, I didn't go there. I didn't think that. My driver was on holiday.
Shut up!
Terrible.
Oh, shut
You
up!
said that.
Shut up! I didn't even go there. I just corrected the grammar in some
so sorry.
sense.
Yeah.
But you took it to another
Well,
level.
you sounded it.
हाँ.
What is your absolute favorite thing about
हाँ.
Bollywood and about being in the industry?
Absolute favorite thing about Bollywood? I think we have a mix of everything,
Hmm.
you know.
Yeah.
Like we are, and there is, I think earlier more, maybe now I appreciate it much more. There is a sense of magnanimity.
Hmm.
There is a
Yeah.
sense of larger than life feeling, which I used to first think कि यार ये real नहीं है. But मुझे अब लगता है कि उसके लिए भी दम चाहिए, उसके लिए भी एक सोच चाहिए. And there is a, it is Bollywood.
Yeah.
what we have grown up on.
Yeah, exactly.
And
Yes.
वो हमारा एक अपना एक यूनिक फीचर है,
जी.
you know, हमारे गाने, हमारा वो
Yeah.
लार्जर देन लाइफ देखना करना,
Yeah.
एंड समवेयर वी शुड बी प्राउड ऑफ इट.
Absolutely.
उसके विद इन हम काफी कुछ और, या उसके साथ साथ हमारा एक
Hmm.
यू नो पूरा चीज
Yeah.
बुके इंक्रीज होना चाहिए.
Correct.
ऑफ कोर्स मुझे ये लगता है कि हम रन ऑफ द मिल वही चीज जो एक कॉन्सेप्ट बेस्ड बनाने लगते हैं, वो मेरे को प्रॉब्लमैटिक लगता है कभी कभी. लाइक आई मिस द 50s 60s 70s
Yeah.
सिनेमा.
Absolutely.
I do miss it. So and जैसे 70s 80s में एक पैरेलल सिनेमा था जो भी उतना ही प्रोलिफिक था. मुझे लगता है कि वो एक स्पेस वापस आनी चाहिए कि हाँ एक रियलिस्टिक स्पेस हो, एक कमर्शियल सिनेमा की अपनी स्पेस हो. Lines being blurred is nice, but I think more and more, for the lack of a better word, the niche movies that were being made earlier can have their own industry of sorts.
Yeah.
And I think this is the time where we can probably make it more commercial and more.
That's a lovely idea.
Yeah.
Oh man,
What?
like
An industry
certain
of their
kind
own.
of cinema can have an industry of itself.
Yeah.
Like old, like movies that are akin to maybe of older times can have like
Yeah.
their own niche. That is
And
I don't know why
because
that's not done.
I think a lot of us miss old sort of
Of course,
movies and
yes.
old sort
Yeah,
of cinema
without
and
doubt.
old sort of songs also.
Yeah,
Like, you know, where
guide.
people were just like standing at one place और पूरा गाना खत्म हो जाता था.
Exactly. Yes.
और वो
Correct.
expressions, मुझे लगता है
Yeah.
कि हाँ उन actors को expressions के साथ खेलने का कितना मौका मिलता
मुझे
था ना.
एकदम से गाना याद आ गया, अच्छा जी मैं हारी चलो मान
Imagine.
जाओ.
Yeah.
क्या expressions होते
वो
थे यार.
इतने ही एरिया में पूरा गाना है.
Because आपके
Yeah.
पास आप चल नहीं सकते, आप उठ नहीं
Yeah.
सकते, आप डांस नहीं कर सकते, तो आपको सब कुछ यहाँ से करना है.
Exactly.
Correct.
Yes.
और वो
Yeah.
गानों की वर्डिंग्स भी उतने प्यारे होते थे.
बहुत.
Because आप
क्या
कैसे
lyrics
audiences
होते
को
थे.
लुभाओगे otherwise.
True.
तो मतलब I think there can be everything, and we do have everything
That's
now.
true.
Thankfully, Tollywood and South Indian industry, everything is coming in together so
Yeah.
beautifully,
Yeah.
which is great. Regional cinema is also making waves, but हमारे Bollywood में I think वो acceptance of एक वो niche pockets create करना थोड़ा शायद अभी जरूरी है.
What's the funniest thing that you watched in a film that they tried to make you believe and you were like चलो ठीक है, let's believe it only at this point.
मतलब in the film.
In the
that was like,
film,
it
yeah.
doesn't make sense otherwise.
हाँ मतलब it doesn't make
Okay.
sense otherwise, but
Yeah.
like आपने वो देखा film में and they are trying to convince you कि हाँ यार ये यही है, मान जाओ इस बात को.
Off the top of my head, something we've already talked about on a recent episode is the welcome ka, the car
Oh,
wala
yeah.
scene where the steering wheel comes off
हाँ.
and the entire family is like struggling to survive that one scene in the movie. It's very, very funny, but very ridiculous.
one
Absolutely.
thing जो मुझे ऐसे लगती है, like Karan Johar made us believe that कभी खुशी कभी गम का वो घर चांदनी चौक के पास.
That is so true,
The
man.
fact
Oh,
कि
great.
वो घर हमने मान लिया कि वो
Yeah.
शाहरुख उस घर से निकलता है और उसकी गाड़ी रुकती है चांदनी चौक पे भाई.
Yeah, correct. Wow, imagine that.
Anupriya, you have any
think
of
of
such
off the top of
scenes
your head?
ऐसा कुछ?
नहीं यार, I don't remember off the top. मुझे नहीं ऐसे याद रहता. जैसे जैसे war में ना मैं
So what is it like working with Hrithik Roshan?
And Tiger Shroff?
And Tiger Shroff,
yeah. Tiger is cute. Like Tiger is a very gentle and a very
Notice how she didn't mention Hrithik's name.
No, I said
She did this.
Oh, you did? Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Oh, I thought he said.
मुझे यही बैठी हूँ
I thought he said.
notice
Oh, I thought he said.
Antariksh,
नाम
you just
बोलते हो समझ
you
में
just
आता
off
है,
the mark.
Sunday
This-
movie
I don't know
बनाने
what's
में यहाँ बैठ के
I
तुम्हारे
just
को देख.
yeah.
He's on my side. I'm looking at you while doing that gesture. I completely missed it.
No, I thought you said कि क्या question पूछा है तुमने ऐसा. That's what I thought you said. क्या मस्त question
देखा,
पूछा है.
what a self-obsessed guy.
That's
तो
what
Bollywood
I
के
thought
लिए
you were
बने.
complimenting my question.
Hence the comic.
Yeah, exactly. Hence Bollywood. So sorry. Yeah.
No.
So what is it?
But
so yeah,
but
we were talking about
war
no,
में
no,
the
I cut you off.
the
before you were talking
the
about
the Hrithik entry scene. I like how everybody is just looking at Hrithik and he's just walking
You
for
know,
2
I have
minutes.
to say this. I have to say this.
Yes.
Okay? And with all honesty.
Mhm.
So this एक तो हमें बताया गया कि हेलीपैड का सीन है, वो सब है, वॉर है, वायर
Yeah.
है, तो
जी.
वी थॉट कि चलो हेलीकॉप्टर मिल बैठने को मिलेगा,
जी.
उतारेंगे तो.
Yeah.
बट वहाँ जाके पता चला कि एंड वायर कैन डू दैट, दे
Yeah.
डू दैट, दे डू
Mhm.
एक्चुअली मेक यू लिव एक्सपीरियंस.
Yeah.
ओके,
Oh, yeah.
सो बट बाय चांस लक की बात है कि उस दिन हमारे लिए वुडन पैनल था हेलीपैड की जगह.
Wow.
Right location, there was a wooden
Okay.
panel. We were just ducking in our heads from there and
Mhm.
walking off.
Okay.
So me and this other guy do it. We do it 2-3 times, whatever. Then Hrithik comes, and every time Hrithik was walking out, we would do it,
Mhm.
and then he would follow
Yeah,
us back.
yeah.
And so at one of these things, I turned around and it was really hot that day. It was like sun on our faces and
Yeah.
all that, and dirty wind, loo jisko kehte na, वैसा वाला
Okay,
feeling.
yeah.
And we turn around and I saw and I'm like, he was actually looking so hot.
Wow.
And he was doing it so
Yeah.
beautifully. Like,
Yeah.
of course,
And
the
that
sun was
scene
bad
was
for
great,
him
yeah.
too.
Correct.
But he knew where to look, what to do, and he did it over and over again. And he
Wow.
was not well that day.
Okay.
Of course, मेरे मन में ऐसे सोचा कि यार इस बंदे के लिए ना पूरा दिन ये सीन का लगाना सही है. करो.
Yeah,
We'll go up
makes
and down
sense.
again and again, but
Yeah,
ये
yeah.
बनता है. He was, oh my god, to my naked eye, he was so hot. I can't tell you.
Wow. Wow.
I literally, and I was interacting with him. I had
Yeah,
done
yeah.
scenes
Yeah,
with him
yeah,
before,
yeah.
and I
Huh.
turned and I'm like,
Yeah, I'm just imagining कि next 2-3 days also you're suggesting कि hey, can we just do the retake
Yeah,
of that scene?
the
Of really
entry
nice
ऐसा
scene.
भी नहीं था. But no, I noticed him when I first met him, and oh god. So he came in. We were so I was playing Aditi's character, who was supposed to be subordinate, and
Ji.
I had already shot, I think, a day or two before him without him, my phone scenes with him. And on the day of our shoot, the first time he comes in and introduces himself that, hi, I'm Hrithik. I'm like, obviously I know. So,
Like, yeah, duh.
but and he was very sweet.
Yeah.
He's actually somebody who would come and introduce himself to everyone every day types,
Oh.
to say hi and
Yeah.
all of that. So and then he started talking about my character, and he was this close talking about it, like almost whispering, because some
Okay.
stuff was going on, and he said, I'm thinking this one had a thing with each other and blah 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 at some point. It's not mentioned, but while they were supposed to be training sequences,
Okay, wow.
so he felt that maybe we can actually put in gestures, or we can actually put in some sort of a backstory to it.
Wow. Okay.
And then when you're enacting, probably it will bring in another flavor
Yeah.
to their scenes, which are different now.
Yeah.
But then probably that will bring in a flavor, and that was a beautiful thought.
Yeah. Wow.
I remember this in a scene जब आपका marriage वाला scene है उसके
तो
अंदर.
उसके पहले और भी कुछ scenes थे, और
Oh,
training में
yes.
scene हो रहा था, and she was
Yes.
supposed to be a nutty girl,
Yes.
which
yes.
Hrithik kind of brings to task, and she really respects him a lot. There is a very different sort of an understanding between the two. So he was talking about those things, which everything changed in the training. But I loved the fact that Hrithik sir used to always talk about bringing in emotions which are creating a storyline between all the characters. Like even if a song shoot is going on, he would come and suggest to us, कि अच्छा, why don't you guys look at each other this way? Why don't you guys have this interaction between us? कि कहीं script में mention नहीं है. But these are moments where we can create a camaraderie in
Wow.
small ways. He
Hmm.
would sit through scenes of other actors just to see कि अच्छा, if you need help, if you need a guidance.
Oh, nice.
He would
That's so
really
nice.
care about the whole project. तो
Nice.
जहाँ अगर वहाँ एक story line और एक shade लाया जा सकता था. But well, he's saying something very interesting, and
Yeah.
he's being an actor. I obviously am in awe of that fact, and he's saying something about my character only, which will help me more.
Absolutely. Yeah.
But he was here, and I, for 5 seconds or 30 seconds, I'm like, I couldn't
blank.
understand
Just
anything
blank. Yeah.
because I'm
Can't
like,
imagine. Yeah.
I was just like,
Yeah.
and I'm not that person.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
don't get like that.
Starstruck.
I've
Yeah,
seen,
yeah.
no, it was not
It's
starstruck.
not-
He's just such a hot
Yeah.
guy.
Yeah, he's
This is
Hrithik Roshan.
I thought he was
Antariksh, he's Hrithik Roshan.
Yeah.
He's just very hot. And he's been so chivalrous. He's
Yeah.
so sweet. And he's just talking. And then he's talking sense.
Yeah.
And then he's talking like an actor. And he's giving like suggestions which are making a lot of sense.
Yeah.
So my respect for him has
Grown
gone
even more,
up.
yeah.
Check.
I'm like,
Oh.
Anu, think. Respond.
Yeah.
This is important. What he's saying is important. So yeah, he was very, very sweet.
Yeah, so now that dialogue actually makes sense. Funny how I remember this entire film,
Oh,
like
yeah,
dialogue
yeah.
by
वो
dialogue.
ना मैंने
Yes.
मन से कहा है.
Yes. And like इनके character की शादी का scene है.
हाँ.
And Hrithik and Tiger के character walk in, and she just like slyly says कि आप बोलो आपके साथ भाग जाऊं, कुछ ऐसे करके
वो
they
इतना
say
naturally आया
वो
ना वो
हाँ,
dialogue.
and then Tiger also replies like, get in line.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Everyone was doing this.
Everyone should do this. But you were telling about कि war में क्या जो आपको ऐसा
we
लगा
went
कि
back
yeah
to
yeah
that.
yeah,
Yeah.
of course.
हाँ, ये अच्छा है. इतना
Yeah,
अच्छा conversation हुआ ना, now move forward.
अच्छा,
Ask me
अच्छा.
another question.
ठीक है, ask.
Okay,
Yeah.
so to wrap up,
Hmm.
what would you say should change in the industry? Like one thing, if you
कोई बोलने वाला मिल गया तो सब कुछ पूछ लो.
I mean, yes, you
बोलो,
said
बोलो.
you want to answer difficult
किया जा
questions.
रहा है तो पूछो ना.
You did want to answer
सब
difficult
कुछ
questions.
इसी इंटरव्यू से पूछना है.
Yeah, I mean,
देखो, you have a choice.
Yes.
Either answer this or
कितना गंदी तरह से एडिट होगा.
no, not at all. We'll make it look
अगर
great.
बुरी
Don't
तरह
worry.
एडिट हुआ तो देखना.
No,
I
don't
will
worry.
call you
Don't worry.
guys personally.
Always. Always, always.
see, you have a choice. Either answer this or tell us how was it working like with Salman Khan.
Yeah, that's great. That's great. That's great. That's great.
I love you सलमान सर. मैं पहले से ही बोल रही हूँ. अगर इन लोगों ने कुछ भी ऊपर नीचे किया, मैंने तो ये लाइन बोली थी. I love you सलमान सर.
Oh, great. But if you had free reign of Bollywood one day, for one day,
हाँ.
what would you
ऐसे
change in that
कैसे
one
होगा?
day?
What would I change? Yeah, I feel it's a toughie to answer because
Sure.
there, through the star system or star kid system, we also got Alia Bhatt. We also got Ranbir Kapoor.
Hrithik.
Ranbir Kapoor. We got Hrithik.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got Hrithik.
Yeah.
I'm so happy. I have like.
Really.
But
Yeah,
but
I'm
so
just
so
happy.
it's a tough one.
Yeah.
Yeah, because and I think why I'm saying it's tough because Ranbir Kapoor and Alia Bhatt I think are one of our bestest actors in the industry today.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, so if
Agreed.
you're getting your best actors from there, almost in women, I think she's fantabulous. Now,
Yeah.
also she's got those opportunities.
Yes.
Maybe one few of the other very very good actors might have not got those opportunities in the
True.
same frame, but she made it happen, and she's
Yeah.
so good that you applaud everything that she does.
That's true.
Right? So
Yeah.
does Ranbir,
Absolutely.
and they do come with. I think being an actor, the only qualification more than any other qualification should be your experience in life. And that can happen from anywhere. That can happen when you have a Mercedes or BMWs lined up, and that can happen when you're traveling in autos. You don't know what the life has been, even if you're born in amongst riches or
Yeah.
otherwise. And that is what lends to being a good performer, is what I feel.
Fair.
But this whole star kid system where they get to learn on the job over and over and over and
Yeah.
over again, and
Yeah.
somewhere I feel that is not being contained. It's being मतलब ठीक है, उस पे बात चालू है. मैं nepotism पे बात नहीं कर रही अभी.
I get it.
बिकॉज वो बात बहुत स्टेल है. और हम लोग कौन ही है ये बात करने वाले. एक तो हमने इंडस्ट्री बनाई नहीं है, हमें उसके परम्यूटेशंस कॉम्बिनेशंस पता नहीं है. These are also business decisions more than anything else.
True.
And we don't know anything about it, so just sitting and discussing it doesn't make sense. And also I feel that these discussions made more sense when there was no OTT, or when people were not creating content on YouTube and becoming stars. So we have these fights were already fought by many other people. But if you were to ask me what I would like to change, this blatant space of just introducing stars, star kids, the blatancy of it is something which sometimes I feel यार ये कहीं होना चाहिए. आप करो, हर जगह नेपोटिज्म है,
पर बार-बार चांस मिल रहा है, बार-बार चांस मिल रहा है, बार-बार
जो
चांस मिल रहा है.
एक वो हर होते ही जा रहा है.
Correct, exactly that.
मतलब
Yeah.
वो आप अच्छे
Correct.
अच्छे फिल्म मेकर्स सब लोग करते ही जा रहे हैं.
Yeah.
वो मुझे लगता है यार कि कहीं तो
मतलब हाँ.
But I do
Fair.
sense an audience ka mentality shift towards this happening again and again also, right? I think the audience is also wising up, I would say, a little bit.
I
Let's
don't
hope
know.
so.
I mean, I think see, at the end of the day, we do want our films to do well.
Yeah. That's true.
We need
Yes.
to say that if the audiences are banishing the stars, I wouldn't be happy about it. I think nobody should be happy about
Nobody,
it because
nobody. Yes.
they are the ones who bring in the numbers.
Yeah.
Hello,
Yeah,
like a
true.
Tiger Zinda Hai worked because there was a Salman Khan. People didn't come to war because of me. They came because of Hrithik and Tiger.
Sure. Yeah.
Yes, but can a newbie also become them? Yes, they
Yes,
can.
yeah.
If they are given that space. Stars
Yeah.
are made
That's true.
and then they perform.
It's very true.
Nice. ये
So
है हमारे
sometimes-
एपिसोड का थंबनेल.
हाँ, तो मतलब
Stars are
कहीं
made.
तो कहीं मतलब एक बैलेंस होना जरूरी है.
Absolutely.
You know, everybody has to be working for their passion also.
Great.
You have to
Absolutely.
serve your passion, I feel.
Nice.
Yeah.
Love it. Love
Great.
it. Thumbnail.
Yeah.
Stars are made. Yes. Also, acha, like while we wrap up, I'll have just one closing thing. कि आप like ऐसे आपने कुछ कभी ऐसा कोई प्रोजेक्ट ऐसा किया हो which you actually चलो I'll change like one project that you watched and you were like oh ये ऐसा कुछ करना था यार मुझे
बहुत है यार ऐसा तो
oh
बताओ
Yes.
क्या
okay
Yeah.
ठीक है
Any recent ones that come to
okay
mind?
चलो name a few then
यार मुझे इमरान जान बहुत पसंद है
Oh wow.
ये मेरी
Lovely.
एक दिली
How
तमन्ना
great.
है कि एक बार मुझे
How
वैसा
great.
रोल करने को मिले
Nice.
I know Rekha ma'am is Rekha
I
is
mean,
Rekha
yes, of
she's
course.
like nobody but films like Silsila films like Umrao Jan
जी.
films like what Smita ma'am has done so
hmm
yeah I feel मैं अगर एक दो भी ऐसे कर लूंगी ना तो मैं
हाँ
That's so great.
nice
And
nice
what
love
are
it.
your upcoming projects? What can we look forward to seeing
so
you in?
there is a series called Sultan of Delhi on
Okay.
Hotstar
Alright.
that's been directed by Milind Luthri I'm playing a very dark character in that one
Oh.
Then there is a film that I did with Vinay Pathak called Gubar, where I'm playing a psycho killer with a bit of a comic space.
Oh, okay, wow.
Wow.
Yeah, it's interesting, but I don't know. I mean, it's a very indie sort of a project.
Alright.
So I
Mhm.
don't know whether it will find its space and how soon it will find its space.
Alright, alright.
But a
All the very best.
brilliantly written film. Then there's a film called Berlin with Atul Sabrawal, and I was doing an action film. Which I'd put in my heart and soul into.
Mhm.
But yeah, it had to get stalled in between, and maybe at some point in time we'll be restarting it, hopefully.
Alright.
And certain things are lined up. Let's
So
see.
all these are coming up in the next year, 2025.
So
yeah,
most of this was shot a year ago.
alright.
You know, Sultan we just wrapped up recently, but it has been in the process. So unfortunately, fortunately, last 1.5 2 years for me has been a lot about projects that got shut in between. Or
Oh,
got delayed,
okay.
or have been ready and are there,
Hmm.
and things like that, or something
Right.
that I worked on got
Mhm.
stalled,
Yeah, okay.
things like that. So, so yeah, now a lot of things are ready to
Hmm.
come out because of
Got it.
that. Now let's see. I mean, hopefully they should keep coming
Hopefully
All
super
the
soon,
very
super
best.
soon. All the
Thank
very
you.
best.
Everything.
Yes.
Yes, all the very best. And I just, by the way, I wanted to mention this was supposed to be my intro for the episode, but
कर लो अभी कर लो.
वो intro
मैं edit में
basically
यहाँ
ये
पहले
था
आ
Yeah,
गई.
that
I did get her name wrong. So
the intro for me was कि
do
I
right.
actually like we were like going through your IMDb and everything
हाँ.
and
जी,
everything
हाँ.
and everything, and literally everything that you've like touched has turned into gold.
That is
Like with all the names like War, Sacred Games, Asur, Ashram, Criminal Justice, Padmavat, Tigers in there. It's just amazing.
Thank
And
you.
I was just so happy that you agreed to do this. You were on the
Come on.
podcast.
so lovely.
And yeah,
I
so
really enjoyed it. I'm glad
Thank you
we
so
are
much.
here.
Sure.
So nice.
Thank
That
you.
is-
I
Great.
really had a good time.
that's so
thank
sweet.
you,
so
thank
much.
you. For the future interviewers and podcasters, this is the
The bar.
bar.
That's true.
Thank
That's
you.
true. It was
thank
good
Lovely.
fun. It was
you.
Thank
very
you so
good
much.
fun.
Thank you so
Yes.
much.
And you
Thank
can
Yes.
forget my name. It's okay.
No, Anupriya Goenka.
This is the
Never
bar.
forget it for the rest of my
You
life.
will- You will forget my last name.
Never,
Probably my
ever.
first.
Never.
This is my bar.
All right, that was
All
it.
right, thank you
Thank
so
you so much.
Thank you for tuning
Yeah,
in.
please hit the like button and see you again next week. Bye bye.
Okay.
Bye bye.
IVM